Hi guys, this is just an addendum to basically finish up and some other things that to watch out for the next 2 months in May and June, and well, actually is some in July also, something that I was told about and to take notice of, and it would be very very significant to all of us in around mid-July. But anyway, I was talking in the last video on this U.S.-Russia to hold joint drill in May. Okay, and this was on American soil. Okay, why would our government allow our enemy to do drills on our soil? Okay, because the drills, they said that the drills were arranged by a Russian airborne command and a U.S. military delegation in Moscow of last December of 2011. Okay, so that just goes to show that our U.S. military, the higher ups, are traitors to our country. So we're just pretty much ready for the go-ahead for, the Russia's, basically the Russian soldiers to take over our country and begin war with us. Actually, we are at war with the government. The government in Washington, and but it could backfire on them. I'm looking forward to all this just to backfire on the government, the U.S. government. It'll serve them right. But anyway, the Russian soldiers will receive preparatory training at Colorado's Fort Carson with U.S. weaponry and equipment they are to use during the operation. The drills that include parachuting, operation planning, reconnaissance, assault operations, and evacuations by helicopter. Okay, this does not sound good, guys, at all. And I just thought I'd, share this with you, to as many that will hear this and run with it. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everyone. I mean, it's just right in your face. Okay, coming up in June, the first week of June, actually June the 5th and the 6th, there was something else the day before that was to occur too. I'm sorry, I just made some notes, and it was just like so much that was happening this month alone. But the most important was the May the 20th, because it was so much in prophecy, not just biblical prophecy, but I don't really get into other prophecies outside the Bible, but it's pretty much close to what is going to happen, what the Bible says, in regards to getting back to Isaiah 24:20 again, about the earth reeling true and forever like a drunkard, and being removed like a cottage. It was predicted on that day that when Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus were aligned in the horns of Taurus. Remember Taurus, the bull in the sky? And when they met or converged, all three together, that a large earthquake would occur, and that there would be a large hailstorm to occur and on that day. So it gets back to the time when the NATO summit will happen. Remember that also. So I'm just recapping about what I had mentioned earlier, and what's going to happen, in astronomical events. So they're preparing for something, guys. They're definitely preparing for something big to happen. And I don't know if it is a false flag or not. As I said in the title, there are false flags, but I don't want to cry wolf. Okay, I don't want to. That's why I said false flag, because it could be and it may not be. But that's why I'm just mentioning all this. I want all together. And see, there was something else too. Hold on a second here. Okay, it was on, starting from the beginning. And today's date is, May the 7th. Okay. So, on May the 9th, or according to the Jewish calendar of, Iyar, or Iyar, or Iyar 17, that was, according to the Bible in Genesis, the time of Noah's flood in Genesis 7, it was on the second month of the 17th day. Okay, that was when the floods came in Noah's time, and this is when God had to destroy all the wickedness that was on the earth at that time. And what it was is that He destroyed the fallen angels and their offspring that had committed all types of wickedness in that day, but He saved Noah and his family because he was the only righteous out of all that was saved in the boat, the 8 people that were saved in the boat. So you remember that story. But that day was commemorated on May the 9th. And then there's on May the 12th, that Venus would retrograde over Orion in the skies. So if you have stellarium, you can forward to the date May the 12th and see Venus that retrogrades over Orion. And this event happens every 8 years. And this transit of Venus that is extremely rare occurs, according to records, twice in 12,000 years. And the last time that it happened was in the year 9792 BC. And according to some ancient Egyptian texts, reference that year as a great cataclysm that occurred during that time. And an author, I think he was an author, by the name of Patrick Geryl, Geryl, said that the sun caused the cataclysm in that year of 9792 BC, and the same thing that will happen in 2012, and this will cause the earth to reverse its poles and the oceans to cover the land. And that's what I had mentioned earlier. And May the 16th is significant because Venus stops above the horns of the bull in Taurus. And interesting enough, there was a Russian artist by the name of Lyseko, and he was thrown in a communist prison, psychiatric prison, after he did a painting called Fascism and is Advancing. And I'll show you a picture of that. Okay, now here's his painting called Fascism is Advancing. And what do we see here? We see the bull, Taurus the bull here, and one of his horns is of different colors. What's this representing? Possibly flags, maybe, I don't know. And his tail has an orange ball like a sun, like his tail is whipping the sun. And that's an interesting painting, and this artist was thrown into a prison for painting this, so he must have knew something too. Okay, see, let me move on here. Okay, around the May the 17th, the Virgo, the Virgin, we're talking about in the sky, is a sign of the birth of the Antichrist. And the reason I say this is that now where the planet Saturn, which represents Satan, moves the retrogrades back into Virgo's womb. Okay, and there's what they call the birth of the Antichrist is complete with the moon beneath Virgo's feet on June the 2nd, 2012. And because last year it was, I can't remember the time, but I think it was about the same time. It was like in reverse, where Saturn was following Venus from out the womb of the Virgin. So actually Satan was waiting, where it said in Revelation that the serpent was waiting for the man-child to be born so he could devour the man-child, and which represented Jesus. And to confirm these events, you can go to the Bible, and it shows the signs in the heaven shows that the scriptures in the Bible are in relation to what is happening in Bible prophecy. And those are Genesis 1:14, Job 9:9, Matthew 16:1, 24:42, and 25:13, and Mark 13:35, and Revelation chapter 12, and Revelation 22:16. And then we come up to, I think there was something on June the 4th. But I'm getting close to the end, so I think this addendum is really getting a little bit long. But I'm getting close to towards the end, so the last one might not be that long. If I stop chatting like a chatterbox, right? Okay, I'll finish off here in the next few minutes with, well, I'll talk about this website in the next one, so I'll see you over there. Okay, bye. Oh, and by the way, all these things, well, I'll just say it at the end of the next video, so hope you'll listen to that. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.